Hey everyone, what's going on? Waseem here again for another fragrance video. Today we're going to be doing a review from the house of Amouage. The fragrance we're reviewing today is Epic Man. Just reviewing today from a decant. So Epic Man from Amouage was released in the year 2009 and is classified as an Oriental Woody. The perfume or the nose behind Epic Man was Randa Hamami, and Randa Hamami has created a number of fragrances from the house of Guerlain. To give you a little bit of a background regarding Epic Man, this fragrance was inspired by the Silk Road. Now, if you're asking me what the Silk Road is, I'm not referring to the modern day Silk Road, which was an online marketplace in the deep dark web where people used to exchange illegal goods such as drugs, guns, and even contracts for hitmen. So I'm not talking about that Silk Road, I'm talking about the ancient Silk Road. Now the ancient Silk Road, or the Silk Routes, was an ancient trading route between a number of countries and cultures, both by land and sea, and it ranged from countries such as China, Saudi Arabia, India, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Indonesia, Thailand, and it was just all these routes were an exchange of a number of goods typical of those countries, such as gold, pearls, oud, incense, myrrh, and loads of spices as well. So it was that whole Silk Road and all those goods that was exchanged. Amouage really wanted to invoke that. Now, as a massive fragrance enthusiast as well as a history buff as well, this fragrance really intrigued me. Now, enough of the history talk. This is a fragrance channel, so let's move over to the fragrance notes of Epic Man. So at the top you're going to get pink pepper, cardamom, saffron, nutmeg, caraway, myrtle, mace and olibanum. The heart of the fragrance is geranium and myrrh, with the base of the fragrance being oud, patchouli, incense, leather, sandalwood, starrack, cedarwood, musk and castoreum. So as you can see guys, there's a lot of notes in this fragrance. So what do you really get from Amouage's Epic Man? When you first spray on Epic Man, the opening stages of this fragrance is all about the spices, and you get a different variety of spices in this fragrance. It's such a variety of spices that I haven't encountered any other fragrance so far. You're going to get some fresh spiciness from the pink pepper. You're going to get some dry spiciness from the nutmeg. You're going to get some green herb-like spices from the cardamom. And you're also going to get some warm spices from the beautiful saffron in the scent. As the fragrance develops, you still get the spiciness, but they calm down as you go into the heart of the fragrance, where you're going to encounter the woodiness of this scent. And the woodiness is really mainly coming from the notes of the oud. Now the oud in Epic Man for me is of the dry and dusty variety. As well as the oud, you also get this very subtle leathery funkiness in this scent, which is coming from the note of the castoreum. And the note of castoreum in this is done absolutely beautifully. It's up there with the fragrance of Anteos, where Chanel just used the note of castoreum fantastically. If you're not aware of what the note of castoreum is, it's a synthetic note now, derived from the backside of a beaver. Now I know that sounds disgusting, but it's really one of the best smelling animalic notes out there. It really adds a lot of this funky leathery smokiness in this fragrance, which just really expands the whole nature of how this fragrance smells like. And along with all of these notes, the spiciness, the woodiness, the funkiness, it's all surrounded by the typical Amouage DNA of the incense. Now the incense in this fragrance is very dry and very smoky. It's not like the wet incense that you get in Interlude Man, which I feel is beautiful as well, but this is the dry smokiness. For me, it's fantastic as well. So that's how Epic Man really smells. For me, Epic Man has so many notes and it's incredibly complex. It has a lot of layers of all those different spices, the woodiness from the oud, the funkiness and that smoky incense. It's a fragrance with a lot of layers and a lot of nuances, and it really reminds me of two other fragrances from this house, not in terms of smell but in terms of composition, how it feels on your skin, how it really takes you on an olfactory journey. And it reminds me of Jubilation 25, as well as Interlude Man. Both of those fragrances from Amouage have a lot of layers, a lot of complexities, and are truly artworks, and Epic Man is really up there in itself. Whenever I wear Epic Man, it really, for me, invokes the sense that this would be a fragrance typical of an ancient royal, be an emperor in the Far East like China, or would it be a Maharaja in India, or whether it be like a sultan in the Middle East. I really would imagine this fragrance to be typical of those type of royalty, wearing silk robes adorned with loads of gold and pearls and whatnot. This fragrance really invokes that sense. It's a very luxurious and very regal scent. It's classy, it's elegant, and like I said, it just invokes that regal royalty sort of feel. As I was talking about earlier, Amouage created this fragrance to really invoke the sense of the Silk Road, and for me, they really hit the nail on the head. This fragrance really does invoke that, and for me, if they had it, there's a lot of fragrances out there which try to create these artistic fragrances, but a lot of time you smell them and you appreciate the artistic quality of the scents that the perfumer was trying to do, but a lot of the time they're not wearable. Epic Man for me has the perfect balance of the amazing artwork as well as being very wearable as well. I could wear this every day. I feel like it suits my personality. For many people, they would wear this formally, but it's definitely a very wearable scent as well as being an absolute masterpiece. And I'm saying it early in this scent, this fragrance for me is a masterpiece. Let's move over to the performance. In terms of longevity, this one did not disappoint. It lasted on my skin at least 10 hours, pushing on 12 and beyond, with projection being excellent as well. It's not quite beastly like Interlude Man, but it does really push out there. You have a lovely scent cloud around you, and people will be able to smell you as you're walking past. So the sillage is excellent as well. Strong scent bubble, you can smell this on you pretty much all night. In terms of seasons, I think this is best suited to the cooler months, so autumn and fall and the winter, and it's best suited as a nighttime scent. For me, in terms of occasions, this one, like I've said, because it's so luxurious and so regal, would work perfectly as a formal scent. I can see myself wearing this to weddings, to mosques and whatnot, but I do enjoy wearing this to work as well, because like I've said, it really does suit my personality. Overall rating for me, guys, I'm going to give this a perfect score of 5 out of 5. The fact that they can invoke the Silk Road, had the inspiration to really inspire and create a fragrance regarding the Silk Road, and just really hit the nail on the head, as well as its wearability and performance and how the scent smells as well. For me, it's an absolute masterpiece, one of the best fragrances I've ever smelt. For me, Epic Man from Amouage is like the Citizen Kane from the Amouage house. Citizen Kane is widely hailed as one of the best films ever made, but it's not one of the most popular films. You know, people really enjoy Shawshank Redemption or The Godfather, but if you really analyse Citizen Kane, you can appreciate why it's considered such an artwork and one of the greatest fragrances. From the house of Amouage, possibly Jubilation 25 or Reflection Man are the most popular fragrances, but for me, after analysing and testing so many fragrances from the house, I really feel like Epic Man is their true masterpiece. It is absolutely beautiful, amazing artwork. So guys, that was my review of Epic Man from the house of Amouage. I'm intrigued if you guys have tried it yourselves and had similar experiences to myself. If you have, then please do leave a comment below. And if you enjoy this fragrance review, then please leave a comment below as well. If you've enjoyed it, then please leave a like as well. It really helps out my channel. And guys, if you haven't subscribed, then make sure you do. Until next time, my friends, see you later.